Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I am here today with my 19 and 2019 finale. I was really only working on 3 products, and I finished the last one that I'm going to finish this year. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you what I have left, show you a couple of things that I never really got to, and then show you everything that I finished, which is still a good amount. So first off, what I finished was this NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator in the shade Sunbeam. It is empty. It did have a mark on it at one point, I promise, but that's all gone, and I apparently rubbed the mark off, which happens. So next is this Sally Hansen Cream Blush, and I thought I was going to declutter this at the end of the year, but it's still working fine. It still smells fine. It's hella old. But I'm the only one that uses it. It's not growing anything. It's not making me break out. And like I said, it smells fine. I'm even wearing it today underneath another blush. So this is super deep. Like into the pan. As you can see, I even poked like a hole in it at one point just to see how far down it went, and it goes down far. So I'm just gonna keep working on this until it's done. And the other thing that I still have is my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm a little surprised, and it's gonna look different than last time, like way different, because I only had like stuff around the edges, and then it fell out on my desk one day because it is starting to dry out really bad. So I decided to give it a shot by adding some Inglot Duraline to it, and that actually revived it decently, so I was able to like mash it all back in and stuff like that. Like I mixed it with the Duraline and everything. The thing is, it's still kind of trying to crumble on me. This is what I have remaining. It honestly looks like more than last time, and I don't know how that is. But it's still kind of cracking and crumbling, so I'm just going to use it for as long as I can. The next time the whole thing falls out the pan, I'm just going to call it done, because I've definitely gotten my money's worth out of this product. So there were a couple of products that I didn't really get to, or I didn't finish, because in one instance I just don't like it. And the one I don't like is this Hard Candy Highlight and Contour. There's nothing wrong with this product. Like, it works fine as a contour, and I guess a highlight stick. I didn't really care for the highlight period, but I don't liquid contour, or I don't cream contour. And the fact that this went nowhere after me using it for a month straight, like, this is the beast that keeps on giving. So if you want to get your money's worth, if this is still available, and you like to cream contour, it's a great product. It's just like, I'm not one that cream contours anyway. I prefer powder because I'm lazy. But, you know, I'm giving up the ghost. It's a fine enough product, but I can't with this because I don't remember to use it. By the time I remember it, usually my powder's already on, and putting cream on top of powder is just a bad idea. So next is something that I like fine, I just didn't really get to. It is the Temptu and boxycharm Liquid Glow. My idea for this was to pour it into like lotion products, and I did do that a couple of times, and then I just kind of forgot it existed. So, I mean, it's still right where it was. I got a little bit of progress on it, and then, like I said, I just kind of forgot. I'm going to figure out something with this because the product itself is really good, and I could mix this into foundation. That's what I was doing with the other liquid highlighters. This would make my foundation darker, though, and I don't really tan. So that's why I never mixed this into foundation like I did with other products, including one that was a nightmare to go through because it also made my foundation go darker, and I didn't want to really use it that way. Y'all gave me advice on another way to use it, which I could use this as like a liquid bronzer, but whereas that other product had a creamy consistency, this is pure liquid, and I feel like I would just spill this all over myself trying to like do cream liquid bronzer all over my face. So I'll figure out something with this because it's a really good product and I don't want it to go to waste. It's a little too dark for my pale ass. Like, I'm bronzed to hell right now. And finally, before I get into everything else that I finished, I have the LMAY Make Them Jelly Highlight. It is a jelly highlighter, and it is like pinky purple, And I don't love this on my face, but somebody suggested last time when I mentioned this to just put it on my body. And unlike the Temp 2 thing, once it gets warmer, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just gonna like put it on my legs every day until it goes away. Like I'm on my legs and my arms. Once I can start wearing like t-shirts and shorts again comfortably. Like this was too cold. I was too cold to be wearing this today, but I did anyway because I didn't feel like changing once I realized how cold it was. But so I have an idea. You guys gave me an idea for this, and that's how I'm going to use it. It's very glittery, which is one of the reasons why I don't like it on my face, but that's much more okay for your body. So I'm gonna hang on to this until like high spring next year when I'm revealing legs and stuff like that, and I will use it up then. So this one is fine. So everything else, I finished like 13 products in this, and a lot of them were minis, but some of them are full size too. Like I totally forgot I even used this. The NYX Bright Idea Illuminating Stick. It's in the shade Lavender Lust. And like it is all scratchy and stuff at this point because all you can do is hit plastic. But this was really pretty, and if they still make these, because NYX definitely has a high product turnover, I would totally buy this again. Let's see, other highlights. Well, the rest of the year, like once I finished this in February, I was using this for the rest of the year on my cheeks. So all the other highlights are like liquid stuff that I put into my foundation. Like we have a mini of the Mary Duminizer right here that I used up. Very mini. I had a MAC Strobe Cream mini in here. And this was the beast that also would not die until it finally did. When somebody pointed out, hey, wear it as a cream bronzer, and it actually had like the right consistency for me to do that. I forgot a lot at first, but then in like the last month, I was finally remembering to do it every day, and I didn't love the look of it. I had to put it on underneath my foundation to make it look halfway decent, but I got it done, and I'm still so thankful for that suggestion. By the way, this is the Tarte Tartist Pro Glow Liquid Illuminator, and mine is in the shade, I think, Exposed or something. Like, this is way too dark for me as any sort of highlighter, though. Like, I got it from a boxycharm, so I did not pick out that shade. I don't even think they really make a shade for me. And I have another Temp 2 product. This is the S/B highlighter in Pink Pearl. There's a little product in here left, but there's a like little shaker ball in here because most Temp 2 products, this one specifically was not made for that, but most of them are made to go on as like airbrush makeup. So it's got a little shaker ball in here, and once you pour it down, the shaker ball goes into the nozzle, and I can't get any product out. So I'm not cutting it open. I'm not that desperate. I went through a lot of cream blushes. I finished up the Clinique Chubby Stick and Amped Up Apple. Y'all, going cruelty free. I'm glad to do it, but I'm gonna miss some products and some brands. Like Clinique is a brand I'm gonna miss because yeah, they're kind of like, you know, basic beauty, but they make some really good stuff, and I like most of their Chubby Stick products. So I'm definitely gonna miss them, but I'm fine to do it. Here we have an Elizabeth Mott Tints and Sass Fabulous Lip and Cheek Stain. It's basically like the Benefit, what is that damn thing called? The one that they used to sell in like what looked like a nail polish bottle, but I think they've changed it. The Benetint, that's it. It's like that, but you have a little more time to blend. And especially if you use these things, that's how I figured out how to use up all of mine, because I had like a couple of minis from Benefit as well. If you use these with a makeup sponge, they don't dry out before you blend them. Like, because the problem with a lot of people had is they tell you, put a couple of dots on your cheek and blend. Well, by the time you go from putting the dots on your cheek to blending, they have dried and you now have dots on your face. But you use a makeup sponge, I'm pointing to mine right here like you can totally see it, and they still work fine. My phone just went off, but it's nothing important. This I used up super quick, and I wish they still made these, but they don't. It is the Tarte Cheek Stain and Flushed. Like, I even dug in there a little bit, so I would have to like dig you out a swatch if I can even get to it. Yeah, I got a little bit. I wish they still made these because I know they weren't for everybody, but I loved them. Now it's gonna stain all over my hand, but it's okay. I do it for you guys. So I will miss those because I like to layer cream and powder on my face to actually make stuff stick to my oily ass skin. Good, I got it off. Now this I got sick of because it took me forever to go through it. It is the Sephora Colorful Cheek Ink Gel in the shade Peony. It's just a little mini. I got it in a Sephora Play when I was subscribed to that. Most people said that they couldn't get pigment off of these, but the problem is the only way that I could make these work was with a stippling brush. Not my fingers, not a sponge, a stippling brush, because then I got plenty of pigment. So I don't know what the hell is up with this formula that it was a weird formula that I'm glad to be done with it, and it lasted forever. And finally, I have 3 of these, and unfortunately they are discontinued or else I would be owning a full size. It is the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Sheer Sun Serum Bronzer. This was one liquid bronzer that I was willing to fool with. Not only would I add it to foundation sometimes if I happened to have somehow accidentally bought one that was too light, which has happened before, I know. But it actually did look good if you used it to, like, you know, contour or bronze the skin, but you can't get it anymore. I had 3 of these minis. They're the last of what I had. So that is it for this project. So thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!